Now here's the piece that we really want you to understand that makes Esther's desire to make it an emphatic new step appropriate from our point of view. Step one is ask. And usually when you're asking, you're not anywhere near the vibrational frequency of what you want. That's why you're pleading for it. That's why you pray for it pleadingly. It's why you try so hard. It's why you offer so much effort sometimes. There's a big gap between what you want and your realization of it. But once you have awakened in the morning without an active question, instead you've just awakened and you've practiced step three. You've practiced alignment. You've practiced resonance with your source. You've practiced the feeling of well-being. You've practiced feeling good. You've practiced the absence of resistance so that you know what it feels like. After a while, usually about 30 days, some cases more, some cases less, but about 30 days of doing that. In the first 10, 20 days, you probably won't achieve it, not steadily. But once you get into the 30 and 40 and 50 days of applying this, you'll be solidly there. And then what you'll begin to notice is you can be in this place of alignment with life presenting to you options as it always does, variety as it always does, causing a question, maybe even a problem, to occur to you in the middle of this ease that you are feeling. And what you're going to begin to notice is that the vibration of allowing, the vibration of alignment, the resonance with source is so dominant within you that this problem doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like an opportunity. This problem doesn't feel like something that challenges you. It doesn't take you to your knees. It's just something that's interesting for you to contemplate. And in the absence of any vibrational resistance, as quickly as the question occurs, the answer is there too. When you reach that place that Esther wants to call step 4, step 1 and 3 are blended. She said, see, it even adds up. 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1. So that's what we've been wanting to talk to you about in all of the days that we've been interacting with you. We want you to know that you are the creator of your own reality. But even more than that, we want you to know that you're blessed beings and that life is supposed to be working out well for you. And while it is, you don't always know it. And so we want you to stop torturing yourself with the introduction of chronic resistance and start practicing yourself into alignment that then gives you the resources. The energy that creates worlds is flowing to you and through you. And when you get hold of that notion, when you get hold of that knowing, when you know for sure that all you have to do is define what you want and then stand in a place where you don't contradict it with your own doubt, with your own memory, with your own statistics, with your own beating the drum, with your own defensiveness, with your own justification. When you've left your justification behind morning after morning after morning after morning after morning after morning after morning, and you are awakening in that wholeness that is you, and then you begin approaching life from that whole point of view, you've pushed the reset button. You've pushed the reset button, and everything in your world is going to respond differently to you now than it ever did before. We were talking with a pilot the other day on the Mediterranean cruise, and we submitted to him the logic that when his big aircraft is at 20,000 feet, it's still the same airplane. When it's at 30,000 or 40,000, in other words, it doesn't matter what altitude his plane is flying, it's the same airplane, and it's essentially doing the same thing. So we'd like to say to you, you are the same being, thinking thoughts, observing some world in some way around you. But when you choose those higher frequencies, your experience is a very different experience. So you could be as you were 10 years ago today, saying the same things, feeling the same way, and your life would be very much today like it was 10 years ago. Different places, different faces, but essentially feeling pretty much the same way. Or you could be today deliberately focusing in a new vibrational frequency determined to align with the source within you, looking at this world through the eyes of source, appreciating chronically, rarely criticizing, feeling blessed, never victim, feeling confident and sure-footed rather than vulnerable and victim. When you change your vibrational frequency, you find an atmosphere where those like you are roaming around. And when you rendezvous with those like you have a different experience. Let's say that in a better way. You're always rendezvousing with those like you, because the law of attraction doesn't allow it to be otherwise. But when the you that you are rendezvousing with is a high-flying, good-feeling being, then what rendezvous with you feels good too. Now you know everything we know. We've brought you completely up to speed with the evolution of this message. We know that it will expand still further today as a result of that which you are. We'll leave you with these few thoughts before we open it for discussion. You are the creator of your own reality, and you get to choose what you create. And now you know. You haven't practiced it, so you don't really know it. You're speculating, you're wanting it, you're hoping, and in some cases knowing it. You are the creator of your point of attraction. You are the emitter of your signal, and law of attraction is bringing back to you what signal you're emitting. And isn't that a wonderful thing? Don't you want to know? Don't you really want to know? Esther just loves those bumps on the side of the road that let her know that she's driving off the road. She doesn't think they should be so close to the edge. Could move them in just a little. Isn't it nice to know where you are? We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing off limits. It is our promise to you this will be a wonderful discussion.